It helps, Hugh, if you switch the microphone on. What an idiot. Greetings and welcome to another day in the landscape. I'm in some woodland today, just outside Ambleside in the Lake District National Park. And I'm just out having a womble, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't know whether it's the angle of the sun, it probably is, but I've come across some backlit leaves which are really encouraging me to have a go. And that's actually what I'm trying to do. Now the leaves are up in the canopy, which is why the camera is looking up. The sun is over there to my left, and that's creating this backlit effect. The challenge I've got is highlights in the leaves, and that's highlights in the leaves beyond my main subject. Now I'm trying to cheat by looking at leaves that are in front of the trunk to try and get round it. But it's, you know, there's quite a lot of tripod shuffling left and right in order to really make it work. I'm just going to bring the video camera over here and try and show you what it is that I'm struggling with. Okay, so this is actually quite hard to do because of the sunlight, but that's the view on the back of my Olympus camera. Just move it round slightly. Let's get rid of all the gumph. And these two leaves here, these are my two subjects. Although in the space of time that it's taken me to reposition and start to do video, it's the leaves have actually moved. Oh, blast it. Let's put the camera back where it was and then just try and talk. So my main subject is those two leaves there. I've selected a square. Let's brighten up the image a bit so you can see it. But what I've got is all sorts of little highlights in the canopy beyond these two leaves. And these two leaves really work because I've got a twig that comes down this side of the frame, and then it curves and it supports those two leaves, those two lovely backlit leaves. Now, what I've been choosing to do is underexpose quite severely, actually, in order to really make the tree trunk behind look really dark. But I am going to have to push the camera that way because I was going to say the leaves have moved. They probably have. It's probably the predominant breeze that's made them move. But let's just move the video camera down a little bit. But I'm trying to get dark separation around all of those leaves and then have that backlit effect, but just have some of this twig, but without these distracting highlights in the background. So let me do a little bit of tripod shuffling and see what I can get for that one. Okay, so this is my next subject, which is this tiny little leaf and then this collection around it. It's all supported by the same branch, which you can't quite see. It comes out from here, and then there's two stems that go across. Now here I've been able to control all of the little bright spots in the sky, but over here I can't. I had a little bit of a realization though, and that realization is that if I use the high res mode, inside the Olympus camera, then I can actually start to do some cropping. So that's what I've done. I've actually taken this image using the high res mode, and then that'll allow me to, I wouldn't say crop harshly, but it'll certainly allow me a little bit of latitude with regard to cropping, so that I can, retain, this element of the scene and try and, because there's nothing I can do about that highlight there, that one right there. It's there, and no amount of positioning is going to get rid of it, I don't think. Although, in fact, let's do this whilst I'm here. So I'm just going to move the video camera back. Let's reposition that, and I'm going to move the tripod there. No, arguably that does it. Okay, well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Let's position the video camera up. Just trying to shield the video camera from the sun. Come around that way a bit. There we go. Now the impact of that highlight has actually been quite significantly reduced, which is good. And also bear in mind, in the Olympus cameras, although I'm shooting as a square to enable me to fine-tune my square composition, the actual scene as captured is the full area of the sensor, so I can fine-tune. I'm still underexposing by 1 1/3 stops, and that's to allow the highlighted object to really stand out, and the bark to be, nice and dark, and really allow my main actor to have their say in the image. And eagle-eyed amongst you will notice there's another highlight just here above my finger, but I might actually be able to clone that out. I might get away with that. Also worth noting, I'm using a polarizer, and I'm just doing that just to really deepen the colour as much as I possibly can. And whilst I was playing with this one, I then spotted another one to have a play with, which is a little bit of a larger scene, and I think it's going to be more of a challenge. Every single minute spent out in the landscape is an opportunity to learn. And I think this is a good metaphor for that very phrase. So, sorry it's a bit haphazard, but it's a faithful reflection of what actually happened. Hope you've enjoyed it, hope you found it interesting, hope you've taken something from it. If you're not a subscriber, do consider subscribing. It's free. You can unsubscribe at any time. And if you do hit subscribe, hit the bell button alongside, and then out of the 3 options you get, hit all in order to be notified of new content, which is roughly every 2 weeks. And if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps the channel, helps the video, helps to share my content with more people, helps to create a community. They're jets. And yeah, there we go. So, thank you very much indeed for watching. Stay safe and stay well. And until my next video, cheerio for now. Take care. Just as I've done that, the sun's come back out. Never mind. Time to go home.